Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this week's MENA Masterclass. This week we're going to be talking about decoding brand infringement, and very pleased to see Debsina from mFilterit on the call to take us through that for probably the next 30 minutes or so. Feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to have any discussions either through the chat or directly, stick your hand up and we can answer some of those questions. Please also have a look at some of the other masterclasses that we do have scheduled for the rest of this year. And we're busy looking into the schedule for 2026. So if you do want to present a masterclass and you are a member of IIB, please reach out so we can arrange that for 2026. That's it from me. Thank you very much, Debsina, for making yourself available. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. So today's topic is really interesting, and it's kind of very urgent to address a few things that I mentioned here. We are all getting messages, WhatsApp or emails from individuals who are hiding behind certain computers and telling us they are a particular brand, which they are not. So what that lands up doing is create a lot of problems for us. Here, I want to first take you through some examples so that we are all on the same page. What you're seeing here are a few websites, apps, fake handles that try and replicate big brands. Yeah. Some very, very important things are banking, because that's where trust is very, very important. And what you see here is a fake Mashrek bank. If you look at the URL, the reason I put it there, it's Mashrek S. Now, it is very, very confusing for a regular user. And if somebody sends you a link, you might not think twice before trying to sign in. And the moment you try to sign in, your username password is gone, and a lot can go wrong. So what lands up happening when things a certain person is trying and mimicking brands like Mashrek or like Emirates and BD, most individuals would think that it is the bank's job to actually look for all these issues and prevent them from happening to their customers. So here's a few important things to note: that always, whenever an infringement happens, the brand reputation is at risk. So, and when I say that every clone, scam, impression weakens the brand that you have been building for a very long time. 1 in 20 odd fintech or retail apps in MENA has been cloned. What does that mean? I can download an app from any Android store, which is Play Store or any other multiple other stores that's available. I can decrypt it, include a few malicious code, and then upload it somewhere else. So whenever you are banking, you're using a wrong APK file, you might actually be passing on in your information without even knowing. Especially for BFSI, which is banking, finance, insurance, etc., financial services and insurance, 48% infringement issues actually land up in losses. Then you have consumer trust, which goes down if there are more number of scam cases that happen. If you remember a few years in the past, Dubizzle had a huge problem of scams. That's the reason they came in with multi-layer of authentication. And every time you send in your number or send in something, there's a message that pops up that do not put in any money here, etc. So those are steps that a company like Dubizzle took to make sure that in their environment, scams don't happen. But at the same time, there are a lot of scams that happen outside the environment of any app or any business. So, and that is something that we are going to look at. We are going to look at open internet scans. Yeah. So what is open source intelligence based on? It's basically anything that is beyond your platform. It might be your retail store, it might be your any app that you're doing, it can be fintech. Anything that is beyond, which is not in your control, is something that we look into. How does this work? a scanner would look at multiple different websites, social handles, sites like Reddit, Quora, etc. It will pull in all the information and then try and understand using AI/ML what is good, what is bad, what is the sentiment. Sometimes there is a job post. The sentiment is not wrong, but there's a job post which comes with saying that if you pay me X amount of money, I can get you the job. Now that is a problem. So all those understanding you can look through using different algorithms. Then you do a risk scoring and see that, like the Mushroom website that you saw, the risk score for this is very high. Like anybody going onto the site might be losing a lot of money. So for a bank, then it becomes very important to take that site down. However, if somebody is just doing a fake job post, it might not be that big a risk problem. So based on that, you can score it and then have a team that can take steps to mitigate this problem. Any question here? So, what are the blind spots that I often see in my experience that MENA brands often have, and they are not doing much about it? First is imitation or cloning of websites, apps, social handles. It is a completely deregulated market. You will not find a lot of brands taking active interest in pulling down apps, pulling down websites, except a few that works with us. But that said, they're not doing it as often. That's the reason you have so many scams that's going on. Everyday news, you can hear somebody lost X amount of money for certain scams. Then there is phishing attacks. Phishing attacks, again, as old as internet has been, phishing attacks have been common. We get emailers which sends us some link. If you click on those links, there's nothing much you can do about it because the universe is so big for this particular kind of attack. Then you have fake social media handles. Now, social media handles in one way, if it is just on Facebook or on Insta, is very different than if it is on Telegram and it's asking you to do a certain number of things. Why do I say that? Because Telegram has become this entire channel for scammers to take people for a ride. And every now and then you'll hear news about what's going on there. It's because of this, it is very important to understand if you are actually the owner of the social media handles that's there on all these pages. Then you have search and SEO manipulation. This is basically where your keywords are being bid on by scammers, by hijackers, and is misled user to another page. Sometimes for all of us, the user behavior is we go and search on Google. The first answer, we just click on it. Most of the times we are not reading. And if hijackers are able to somehow bid on those keywords and steal your traffic, there's a high chance that your customer is going to land on those pages, and then they're going to be scammed. Deep fakes, a big problem. Recently pointed it out to one of our larger players here, where the image or video of the king was used with a voiceover to sell a scam financial product, and that can be a big challenge. And it is a challenge not just for the brand, but it can be also a challenge for the publisher or the platform that is showing the ad. So those are the things that we need to look out for. And misinformation and fake narratives, right? This is happening every day. We come across so many scam ads, whether it's on Insta, whether it's on Facebook. You'll have brands that are fighting Facebook to take down pirated goods from their ads, take down sites or pages that's selling pirated goods. So it's a constant battle. So the anatomy goes such that it's not just one thing. So you look at all these issues, right? You look at intellectual property theft. So if you are a blogger, for you it becomes very important that your content is not being reused by any other player. If you are a brand, your social media is becoming more and more important. So you would want to know that your social media presence talks about your brand and is not selling anything sketchy. Uh, then you have the copycat apps, which we spoke about, phishing websites, fake posts, infringing brands IPR, which is, let's say suddenly there is a post which is on a fake handle which says that a particular bank reduced the loan percentages from 4% to 1%. Now that can create a lot of problems for the brand. Yeah. Logo misuse. Brands spend a lot of money, puts in a lot of effort to create a brand around itself, to create a hype for that brand. And if that logo is misused, like we saw in the case of the first slide, which is talking about Emirates NBD or a Mushrek or an IKEA, it becomes a problem. And this logo misuse problem mostly exists in the luxury goods segments too, because everybody is just stamping on a luxury logo to sell sketchy goods, right? Another problem that we see in places like India, Egypt, etc., is fake customer care number. Now, a lot of times, if you're looking for a customer care number, again, you look it up on Google. Whatever Google throws at you, you take it as the truth, and then you call that number, and that can create a lot of problems. We have taken down customer care numbers for actual banks that were put up on Google using Google Maps. And it was crazy how these things go through sometimes. Then you have fake brand communication. Now, fake brand communications have two different sides of problems. For example, if a fake coupon is being promoted, what lands up happening is, as a user behavior, as you would know, often during the checkout phase, people go and look for coupons. Now, if a fake coupon is posted, let's say I say that there is 50% off on noon today, and you use that coupon code, what lands up happening is you don't get 50% off, but your sale is attributed to a particular player who did not do anything other than posting a fake communication. Now, this inversely impact the overall ROAS that a brand or a platform is trying to get to, and you land up paying people for attributions that you should not. Fake information on Google Business Account, which we just spoke about, ties together, and then credential sharing. This is one reason. The credential sharing is one reason why Netflix or any of these companies like Shahid, etc., came heavily down on the number of devices you're allowed to use, and you have to register those devices. Again, look at the entire scenario. Your brand do not exist in a silo. Your brand is being represented across these platforms, so you have to know how your brand is represented, and you have to make sure that the voice is same. There is no two handles talking about completely opposite things, no affiliates or influencers misusing your brand to promote something else, etc. So how to close this brand protection visibility gap? The first thing is actionability, then it's visibility, and then you go on to stop it, right? The first is see it, map your brands, map your logos, see what are your social accounts, white label those, and then use tech. There are lots of tech available out there to try and understand what's going on with your brand. The second bit is verify it. flag off whatever suspicious content that you have. You have a way to redress all these grievances across Facebook, Google, etc. You can write to them, you can ask for a takedown. That happens. The third thing of stopping it is also about using your accessibility to a do or an etisalat to take down sites or to block sites. That is something that you can do in this region, wherein you can write to the ISPs, you can write to the authorities saying that there is this page which is mimicking my brand, which is trying to scam users. Please take them down. So those takedowns are available. Right now, I can tell you that with AI, generating a fake website has become that much easier. I am not sure if you have tried a lot of using a lot of AI tools available in the market, but today you can replicate a website within 5 minutes. Now, what that does is takedowns become very, very important. You have to build in rules, you have to build in workflow flows to make sure that you do manual as well as automated efforts to understand what's going on and take it down as soon as possible. You have to stop the spread, because if you don't, your customers are vulnerable to attacks. You can start with minimum efforts and then scale it from there. There are thousands of violations that you will come across. If you are a big brand out there, you will come across multiple violations every day. We work with an OTT company. This is just a use case that I want to highlight. The OTT company has a problem of their content being released on this torrent sites for free download or free viewing within 30 minutes of them releasing content. Now, there is very little that you can do for piracy. So the way to do it for them is to take down every single time, blocking these sites at real time, having that relationship with the ISPs to make sure that they are able to stop this from happening. Even if they get 10, 20, 30% success, it is never 100%. Even then, that means they are preserving some bit of their revenue. What comes next? It's very interesting. AI is going to scale the threat and the defense. So while the threat is increasing every day, the solutions like mFilterit is also getting better every day. We are trying and keeping up, but it's a cat and mouse game. There is always going to be something out there. Again, you cannot take the whole universe, you cannot scan the entire internet, but you can make sure that you are trying and taking down as much as possible. Real-time enforcements are important. Again, we are getting into that edge computing mode, wherein the data that comes in from users directly needs to be actioned on right then and there. So that is something that you gonna do. Sooner or later, regulators are going to demand this, especially when it comes to banking. Regulators are coming down hard. As you will notice, every year we have different banking regulations coming in. For fintech, there are regulations coming in. So you will become liable at some point of time. Even if you are not liable right now, this is evolving towards that. Last is platforms won't save you, because platforms can't save you. Let's be honest. When you have more than 2 billion users moving around inside your platform, it is very difficult at scale to manage this. So it will come down to brands, how brands address this, and what are the tech that's coming into the market that can help you manage this. The third bit is definitely going to be shared intelligence. It is going to be a connected defense. So whenever we work, especially a lot with banks in India, so whenever we are solving a problem, we are not just solving a problem for one brand, but it is actually solving across brands. So that is something that will come up even in this market. So that's where we are. Any questions? Happy to take them. Happy to share more use cases if you have any questions.